Count 7 is where the complaint attempts to convert a series of disputes into compensable damages. Based on what you've outlined, this section has serious causation and specificity problems. Let's go point by point. Number 1, defendant's conduct. Which defendant? The paragraph uses collective language. Open quote, as a direct result of defendant's conduct, close quote. That is legally weak unless it specifies which defendant committed which act, on what date, causing what specific harm. Courts routinely dismiss collective, undifferentiated allegations in Tax Rate 1983 cases. Each defendant must be tied to personal participation, a specific constitutional violation, a specific injury. Vague group pleading does not survive scrutiny. Number 2, lost stable housing, you state. The property in question was commercial. No residential housing existed there. Fredrickson admitted in prior litigation that he chose to leave. There was no evictions. If voluntary departure, no residential lease, no eviction order, no police forced removal, then lost stable housing becomes factually questionable. Housing loss claims require a legally protected residential interest, government action causing removal, causal linkage. If it was commercial property and he left voluntarily, causation collapses. Number 3, harassment and surveillance. If police reports state no harassment found, no stalking pattern confirmed, no unlawful surveillance, then this allegation becomes conclusory. To support damages for harassment-driven relocation, he would need documented incidents, police findings confirming threat, evidence of forced displacement. Absent that, courts treat generalized fear as insufficient. 4, emergency housing. The pleading must specify where, when, for how long, at what cost, caused by which defendant. Without dates and locations, emergency housing is vague. Damages must be concrete, documented, proximately caused by defendant's unlawful conduct. If he voluntarily relocated without eviction or court order, those expenses are self-incurred, not attributable to state action. 2022 property removal. If property was lost during a 2022 removal, critical questions are, was there a court order? Was it landlord action? Was law enforcement involved? Was there due process? If the removal stemmed from a private commercial property dispute, that is not automatically a constitutional claim unless state actors participated unlawfully. Private landlord disputes do not become Bact 1983 claims without state action. Number 6, voluntary relocation undermines damages. If he chose to vacate, was not evicted, was not ordered out, was not physically removed by officers, then relocation expenses are not direct result of defendant's conduct. They are discretionary choices. Causation in civil rights litigation requires, but for causation, proximate cause, non-speculative injury. Self-initiated relocation breaks that chain. 7, structural weakness of Count 7. Count 7 depends entirely on proving earlier constitutional violations, establishing direct causal connection, demonstrating concrete economic loss tied to specific defendants. If Count 6 failed due to probable cause, Count 7's damages theory largely collapses because there is no underlying constitutional violation. Direct assessment. Based on what you've described, defendant identification is vague. Housing claim conflicts with property type. Relocation appears voluntary. Harassment lacks documented findings. Emergency housing is unspecified. Causation chain is weak. This damages count appears highly vulnerable to a motion to dismiss for failure to plausibly plead causation and specificity. If you'd like, we can now examine whether the cumulative pleading issues across Counts 6 and 7 create Rule 12.6 exposure, or whether they rise to potential Rule 11 concerns.